Hello everyone, this is Dr. KAZI Khode. Welcome you all in my Capstone project presentation. My problem number is 2.3, therefore the title of my presentation is Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning, a tool for Juvo's financial inclusion in the telecom industry. In this presentation, I will outline a strategic direction with a practical execution path that I think best suits for Juvo's future. In this presentation, first I will introduce Juvo, what they do, what is their motto, what is their ultimate goal, and how they do it. Then I will highlight the current status of Juvo, such as the viability, longevity, market, and team of Juvo. Later, I will try to explain why AI and machine learning has great importance in Juvo's strategic plan, and what should be the future strategic plans for their steady future growth. Let's start with some basic information about Juvo. Juvo is creating an equitable and sustainable model for economic growth, and it is evident that the majority of the world hears no when it comes to financial services. Therefore, still billions of people around the world are underbanked or unbanked. What Juvo do? They're using cutting-edge data to say yes to them, and in turn opening up the whole new markets of opportunity. If you look at the data, you can see that it was reported in September 2016 that Juvo has reached 23 countries across 4 continents, 110 million subscribers with access to credit, and 5+ transactions per user per month. And they are doing so by high user acquisition and repeat engagement. Love thy subscriber is their motto. They are trying to turning a pool of anonymous subscribers to a happy and loyal customers. Juvo believes in data as a force of freedom, not manipulation. They use the privilege of access to improve people's lives. Their ultimate goal is to create the credit worthiness, which is very difficult to build in a cash-based society without financial identity. Therefore, they have introduced Juvo Identity Scoring System, which enables mobile operators to put a face to each thing. They can create identity-based relationships, increase user engagement, and enable users to gain access to financial services. They achieve this task by 3 major steps. First step is acquire consumers when they are low in balance and build a credit history through loans of mobile services. Second, they enable partners to use their credit information to say yes to qualified but previously invisible consumers. And lastly, they facilitate the connections between financial institutions and qualified consumers. Here's the picture. We can see that with the time flow, Juvo is turning an unknown mobile user to an identified one through different engagement steps. They can start with basic credit, then financial program, digital credit and debit, insurance, small business loans, and then finally across to formal financial services. Besides helping mobile operators to overcome the transitional relationships with customer and mobile operators to a deeper relationships based on identity, they are expanding their endeavors to different kind of origins, like in Latin America, Southeast Asia, Eastern Europe, China, Africa, and they have invested more than $40 million. They are also collaborating with big organizations. For example, they're collaborating with Samsung Next. The market of Juvo is very large, as 4 out of 5 people are on prepaid mobile phones and most of them are underbanked. Therefore, a huge emerging market to be explored. A small static can help you to understand their market volume. 80% of world's mobile phone consumer, which is around 5.7 billion of mobile connections, are prepaid. Among them, 2.5 billion are underbanked consumer. At any given time, 1 billion mobile connections are out of balance. So if they can outreach those people, this will create a huge market for them. 2 essential collaborators of Juvo are the mobile network operators and the financial service provider. Juvo has dedicated team consist of innovative and successful leaders, investors, strategic advisors, and operating advisors. Juvo's team includes deep industry experience in mobile telecom, consumer internet, data science, and financial services. Besides, there are several investors as shown below in the slide who are fueling Juvo's efforts. Now come the important part, why data science, AI, and machine learning are crucial for Juvo. Juvo is a data company as its core, and the users' data they are observing is compelling. It collects unique data and updates it continuously with every interaction. Juvo uses data-first application with the help of virtuous data cycle, as you can see in the left side of the slide, in which the operation of the application generates valuable data, like a synthetic dataset, that then becomes the basis of the additional value. In Juvo's case, the new data is the subscriber history of utilization and repaying the credit of mobile services. Juvo processes and enriches this transaction history to form a customer identity score, which becomes the basis for additional and potential even higher value services. Meanwhile, Juvo's identity scoring technology highly depends on data science, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. And how AI and machine learning can transform Juvo is mentioned in this slide. Actually, AI is the engine or the brain that will enable the analytics and the decision making from the data collected. AI processes the data collected from the telecom industries to make a sense of it. By feeding thousands of data into an AI machine learning platform, it is possible to train it to recognize things that even a human may struggle to spot on. Here you can see that in the left-hand side, we have structured telco and credit information like billing data, call, detailed records, network data, mobile data, text messages, and social media information that can be worked as the input for an advanced computational systems, which is a combination of artificial intelligence and machine learning. And at the end, we will acquire some customer pattern like the behavioral pattern, the analyzed unstructured data mining, personalized offer, recommendation engine, marketing, fraud detection, etc. can be done with the help of those patterns. And those patterns can also help us to develop the Juvo identity scoring systems. So we can see that the AI and machine learning can be a part and parcel of this Juvo's future plan. Now, in simple way, we can say that the AI machine learning based platform can collect lots of data from the mobile network and can develop identity score. Moreover, this platform can also help to assist other segments like the acquisition to identify the loan opportunities, to keep the transparency, or for algorithmic assessment of the risks, etc. That means in every segment, if we can apply the machine learning or artificial intelligence together, we can get some fruitful outcomes from those available data that we have from our initial inputs. Now, if we combine all things together, we can get a strategic plan for future. Like Juvo's plan, something like this. Here you can see in the left-hand side, we have the structured telco and credit information. So those are the information that are giving as an input in AI and machine learning platform that we have discussed in our previous slides, that we are getting a Juvo identity score. Now see how those Juvo identity score can be useful for future benefits. These Juvo identity scores can output can also be input in a AI and machine learning based platform that will help us to find out the financial identity and the automated fraud detections. And if it is a rigid platform, then there will be some fintech company who will be interested to give the capital to make the more kind of produce different kind of services. And also the payment method can come, and it can also make it diversified. So the strong robust platform using the Juvo identity score can attract more organizations to collaborate with Juvo, and that will be a very important part in their future strategic plan, and they have started to do so. And again, after getting those kind of information, we can also again develop a machine learning based platform to identify the device financing, the micro lending, the insurance, purchase through career billing, etc. So in the future, if different teams in Juvo work in different sectors to see how those AI and machine learning can be applied in their future system, then they can develop an integrated systems which will be more robust in terms of process systems. Let's see what should be the Juvo's approach. Juvo can either build their own expertise to implement AI and machine learning based platform to accomplish their goal, or they can hire third parties or startups to do so. As I mentioned in my earlier slides, that maybe there will require more kind of people who can do segment by segment works. But still, it will be a sustainable approach if they can manage to develop their own team to extract richer telecom information and create substantial information from those. It will not only help them to be self-sufficient, but also will allow them to explore more opportunities like the health sector, education sector, industrial evaluation, etc. The major challenges for Juvo's future growth will be first, the concern regarding the privacy and security. This is very important. For example, privacy, security, safety, like the PSS, is always an issue with every new technology or concept. One of the new solutions for such problem is using the blockchain technology. So there is a potential different kinds of scopes that can be incorporated with the futures of Juvo's activities. And other challenges are like the increased cost that requires the good management system, difficulty with the software development, which is slow and expensive, and few experienced programmers in the market, and a few practical products that have reached the market related to AI and machine learning based platforms. So we need to overcome, or Jubos need to overcome those kind of barrier to be successful, to be a successful company in future. Last thing I like to conclude some important remarks like the use of machine learning to analyze alternative data in loans and credit rating is going to raise some privacy, ethical, and legal concern, which is the most important thing. Many people might not feel comfortable with their company having access to all of this sensitive information about their life. Even if all these companies behave ethically, the more data they hold, the more that can be stolen by malicious hackers in data breach. Uh, so the use of big data also runs the risk of companies accidentally or the purposely discriminating against group. Lastly, the event with this concern, the use of machine learning to process alternative data to determine the creditworthiness is likely to grow significantly. There are billions of people without real credit histories that companies may one day want to offer mortgage payments plans and products, credit cards, and other things. The financial appeal for those tools is obvious. It is reasonable to believe that more information you gathered about an individual, the more likely you would be able to predict their behavior, including how diligently they would pay back a loan. And in my opinion, instead of finding more people who are at low risk of loans, AI companies might just create a plausible excuse to provide loans to those who are at a bad risk. It is possible that the success of those startups could lead to other less captured entries into the market. Thank you very much for your time. Hope you have enjoyed my presentation. Thank you.